cleared out because of the mountain pine beetle. Had a pretty bad infestation of them this year, I guess. Last time I was here, there was a lot more up there, a lot more trees. And quite sad to see the devastation that's happened just on that one hill alone. And it's actually sitting right next to an area that was, I can't remember if it was harvested or there was a fire. There's a sign there. And back in 1985, it was replanted. And the trees are not even half as tall as the other trees along here. And it sits right beside where the mountain pine beetle harvest was. So, you know, it's hopefully they've been able to salvage that harvest back in 1985. Hopefully they don't have to get rid of that. Looks like we're coming up to more of an area here. Last time I was through here, there's well, you couldn't see the ground. It was all covered in trees, right? But there's a lot of trees that are gone. Yeah, well, coming down the hill just before the scale here, almost had a scare. Just because this thing's a piece of crap, and I don't like it. So I'm hoping to get back after this trip and get into a Volvo, or at the very least, maybe it's just this unit or whatever. But darn near I had to smoke my brakes because during the orientation, I was told, the whole class was told that we had to get the RPMs up in this thing to at least 2100 RPM before the jake is going to work. That's why you really haven't heard it on any of my on this video so far. It's been on, you know, I can just barely hear it, but I don't feel anything whatsoever for it. That's it right there at about 1300 RPM, and that's not what I like. I like keeping my RPMs lower. And so I thought, all right, well, going down that hill, because I am heavy, I'd keep it, you know, at a low RPM. And I tried doing that, kept it in manual, and wanted to shift up, and it wouldn't shift. I put it into automatic, it wouldn't shift. Told me to shut engine off and check engine and everything, the whole 9 yards. And basically, I had very little jake even at 2500 RPM. It got up to almost $3 grand for the RPMs. And I had to rely on my service brakes. There was nothing else, you know, which is why I like keeping my RPMs lower, because in the event it does give out or whatever, you're easier to recover, you know, using your service brakes. But that is really high for RPMs, and there's no way to recover from that. So here I am. I got another hill to do, and you know, hopefully I make it down and back safely. Volvo can kiss my Freightliner, rather, can kiss my rear end. I can't stand them. set these things up in a stupid way. Even the one I had at Bison wasn't too bad compared to this one.
You got luck?
Up to about 1900 RPM in this gear. And I'm going downhill and I'm still picking up speed. And even putting it into low, or trying to shift it into manual position, all it does is beep at me. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. When it's in low, it shifts at 1200 instead of 10,000 or 1000 RPM. Whereas the one I had before, Bison, it would shift as soon as I put it into low. No matter what RPM it was, as soon as it went into low, it would shift. Which is what low is supposed to do. I'm at 2100 RPM where it's supposed to start peaking it. And if I don't use the service brake, I'm gaining speed. So now I'm relying on my service brake the rest of the hill down. Because if I go anything over this RPM, then the check engine light and then the stop engine light comes on. And it doesn't shift, period. Whether it's an automatic, manual, low, drive, doesn't matter. It doesn't shift. So if anybody has to ask me what I'd rather drive, an automatic or a standard with manual transmission, there's no questions asked. It's manual all the way. Now see, I'm in automatic, I'm in drive, and I'm pushing on the throttle. I should get some sort of response. I'm not getting anything. There we go. Now I just shifted up a gear. Now the RPMs are lower, so now it's going to give me a hard time. Means I'm going to have to go on to the service brake again. There we go. It just kicked me right into the highest gear. So now I'm totally screwed. If anything happens, I'm in top gear going down a hill. No power in the tank whatsoever. And it's not in an RPM that I'll be able to figure out to get it into manual. Am I low? It's too high of an RPM to put it into low. So here I got green down the hill. fully relying on my service brakes, which were already hot up at the top at the scale and brake check. This thing's a piece of crap. Calling up dispatch tomorrow, making sure I get back in BC and dropping this thing off at home. See, now I just put it into low and nothing's happened. There we go.
At the right-hand line, go straight on. Go straight on.
The only saving grace, I think, tonight is the fact that I did this road so many times and almost do it in my sleep. However, circumstances change, someone could jump in front of me, so still got to be aware of that, but at least I know I'm still within a safe region. But still, nothing like going down a hill in top gear, smoking your brakes up.